go. Perfect, good. My name is Stefan Weber. I'm German originally. I work in Bern. I used to be a professor for image-guided therapies. And since 4.5 years, I lead this company called Castellation that I founded 14 years ago. I'll give a bit more of an industrial perspective today, hence a bit more of a critical perspective also. Before I do this, let me share with you some technologies, products that we sell, develop, market, and support in clinics around the world that incorporate either AI or robotics. This is a technology for interventional oncology to guide and assist interventional oncologists in placing minimally invasive ablations to treat cancers in lung, liver, kidney, pancreas, bone, and musculoskeletal tissue. The technology as such, described by regulatory terms as a decision support system with navigation functionality, comprises a piece of software that displays DICOM data in 2D, 3D, supports some navigation of needles into the human body, and it also incorporates a significant portion of deep learning-based so-called AI segmentation functions for identification of liver, lung, kidney, portal vein, hepatic vein, airways, lung blood vessels, and bones and skin, of course. They can also measure the outlines of tumors, margins, ablation volumes, and so on. The technology is cleared in Europe, in the United States, and in China. We have built this in. There are a couple of thousand patients have been treated, and we're moving forward every day with this. And there are some statements that I will have about AI in this field. Another product that we do is robotics in cochlear implantation. I put this blurred picture up because I didn't have access to my files here as I was traveling. This is a robotic device that assists in cochlear implantation. You all might be familiar with cochlear implants. Implants that are implanted to help or to bring back hearing to otherwise deaf patients. There's a lot of discussion about how you get those implants in, from which angle, which speed, in order to come forward with ultimately much better hearing outcomes. Today there are 80,000 procedures, cochlear implants per year. And there's an understanding in the community that approximately 50% of recipients of cochlear implants do not have implant performance as they could have. And one understanding is that the implantation procedure itself kind of created problems. Yeah? So to make this implantation reproducible from outcomes, move the baseline of the average quality. This is what we do here. And the machine, as you can imagine, the cochlea has a structure somewhere here, 25 millimeters inside. Cochlea is 9 millimeters in diameter, has a little hole called the round window. The round window is 1 millimeter in diameter, and we need to create a drill hole from the outside of the skull to the cochlea. And in order to achieve this with the robot, this must be a robot that automatically, some call it autonomously, drill holes towards the cochlea. The moment someone touches that robot, it will deflect by a couple of tens of millimeters, and this is, I go probably to jail if something happens. So the machine is somewhat automatic, autonomous, and conducts this procedure on its own. And there's one more technology that we call Autoplan that we have available around the world, which is a decision support system for planning of audiological procedures with a focus on cochlear implants. It also integrates a couple of AI-based segmentation functionality that is available in Europe, in the United States, and in a couple of other countries, Brazil, and so on. So I would say we know what we do. We develop these technologies. We can clear them regulatory-wise, bring them to the market. We operate them on the market in conjunction with marketing, sales, and so on. And on a bit more, I would say, controversial statement here, I would say there's a lot of hype around AI and robotics. It's not clear who benefits from this hype. Is it investors? But I'm fearing that at some point the hype will come back and kill a lot of stories. Companies, young startup companies that potentially die because they cannot deliver around the hype. There are significant claims being made, both by academia and by industry. Early industrial ventures, I would say, that claim things that to the experts, of which you are a lot, would easily say, it's very critical if the technology can ever achieve this. And I'm afraid that this also comes back. There is, to my taste, there's little to no discussion about economics. Who pays for this? Hospitals, and this is where I get my gray hair from. Hospitals do not buy technology because you claim they are AI or robotics. They want to hear what is the cost of the technology and how much does it bring in terms of increased revenues or decreased internal costs. That's it. Yeah? And if you can't sort it out on an Excel sheet more or less, you can leave the room after 1 hour and call it a dead sales. Yeah? And last thing, which is in a different direction, but it's actually quite crazy, overregulation. Europe is about to bring to the light of the day the AI regulation. Yeah? And I don't know who has read this regulation draft. If you check out the definition of what is AI, it's of course deep learning, but it's also statistical chain models. And there was a draft, I don't know if it's still in there, in which they said simple regression models are also AI. Fair enough. Yeah, but then if you go further to paragraph 120, whatever, you will read that AI technologies that are incorporated in technologies that are otherwise regulated by notified bodies, medical devices, automatically those devices become high-risk AI things. Yeah? So now tell me, if I have a little segmentation thingy here that segments a tumor or whatever, suddenly it becomes a high-risk AI, and on top of my hundreds of thousands of dollars that I pay to the TÜV every year for them to read papers that I produce as part of the medical device approval, I now take the same piece of documents and submit them to another notified body, which is called TÜV AI, whatever. Yeah? And I easily double my regulation costs. Yeah? We need to hire AI experts that are basically creating a huge bureaucracy in Europe. Yeah? And before all of this can start, the regulation will kill it all. Yeah? And maybe I'm overly critical. Maybe that's good or bad. I don't know. But thank you very much for the attention.